Get him up. Get him up, get him up. Funny how you choose and pick your battles, dude. Keep saying you number one, but I'm on top, yo, it's done. Dropping styles like napalm, fake rappers think they so strong. Verses full of hype and always ready for a fight. Spontaneous, magnanimous, cause they can't get close enough to run with us. If you want a battle, get it hard, get it raw. No emotions, I shake you until your chains fall off. What? Large, in charge, I set the bar high. You running with the big boys now. Get up, don't cry.
Omaha! Face! Beauty! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue, clear! Omaha! They're down! 50's right!
All right, back here, Sunshine Coast Stadium. One last hurrah. It's been one heck of a weekend. 2018 SEQ playoffs over 2 days here up at the Sunshine Coast. John Hollywood Rowe joining me for this final playoff game. Mate, you've been here for the part two of the playoffs, but it's been a fantastic experience, hasn't it?
It's HRH to you. Thank you, Kenny. He's Royal Hollywood, so that's all right. Hello, everyone. What a great start to the last game. Great little Quentin Tarantino pan out there from the Sunshine Coast Stadium. It's been a lovely day. What a cracker. It's been so great to be here. Thank you, Kenny, for inviting me down to help you out with the Colts and Juniors today. Mm-hmm. Normally I'd be doing the seniors, but I thought you had some good company there. So I thought I'd come down and help you out for the Sunday. And it's great to see all the families, the friends, the boyfriends, the girlfriends, whatever, the brothers, sisters, and here come the Ravens.
Once again, the Ravens, like the men's team, opting to go for a much more casual walkout rather than a bit of a sprint out. I was just talking with Ben Goff this morning. It's been interesting watching both teams and their different approaches to exiting the tunnel throughout the weekend.
I know, I agree with you, Kenny. Like some teams like to run out something individually, some teams like to come out linking arms, etc. I think it does play a big way in terms of what you want as a team.
Well, we've had a change of white hat. Richie Prater went out injured yesterday, so Florian Zawadzki's back for his second run in the white hat today. And here are the second-seeded Brisbane Rhinos. Taking the near side sideline. I'm speaking to a lot of the teams around who have competed in the playoffs. They said having this near sideline in the shade has been a huge advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it doesn't matter about the crowd. You got the crowd behind you, but just being in the shade is so beneficial. You were talking about previous in the game before, Kenny, about the dehydration and the nerves and things like that. Absolutely. Be in the shade.
And I think even for the coaches, trying to call plays into the sun, just the little things that build up and bother you throughout the day. But if you want to win you want to get to the Sun Bowl from the lower seeded positions, that's just something you have to deal with. Your Rhinos in a bit of a team prayer there pre-game. Ravens captains ready for the coin toss. Two head coaches today. A case of the young buck taking on the old veteran. Outback junior head coach Luke Chapman welcomed into Birdtown in 2018, and Sam Harkness in his second year as the full-time head coach for the Brisbane Rhinos Colts.
And it's good to see the variation too in terms of young and old and new school, old school, etc. It's great that we have that sort of diversity across Queensland Gridiron.
Yeah, and it's what I also like to see. Colts head coaches are passionate about Colts football. And, not suggesting anything, but sometimes people take Colts football because they need someone or because they're waiting for a spot in the senior ranks or women's ranks or whatnot. Samuel Harkness is passionate about Colts football and that grassroots level, and you can see it when he coaches.
Oh, absolutely, Kelly. And also, too, is you've got to be, because you're dealing with young men here, and especially for the women's team, young women with lives and careers and things like that. And sometimes this is more than just a hobby. This is something that they want to try and make a career out of, hence Griffin Roberts.
Indeed. We'll talk more about him in a second. The captains for the Brisbane Rhinos, Tristan Gibson, Henrik Walters, Riley Dix, the quarterback, and Tim Croonan. For the Ravens, it's the not 5-year but 6-year starter of Braden Quinn, Griffin Roberts, the running back, as well as Tristan Ellis. Sorry, not Tristan, wrong Ellis.
I think we need to do a DNA test on Braden Quinn because he just never ages. He's been around for a long, long time, and he's still a junior / Colt. He's a 27-year-old man trapped in a 16-year-old.
So that's Connor Elsner Tristan, his older brothers Tristan and David Christie, the state defensive back. Go to the ref's audio.
The Rhinos have won the toss and elected to defer. Ravens will receive in the first half.
And the trend remains unchanged. And the Ravens will be running left to right on your screen, taking the ball as the Rhinos have deferred their selection to the second half.
Now, what do you reckon, Kenny? So we got the Ravens receiving. Will they go a la seniors and try a reverse first up?
You got to think it's somewhat dicey there, but it's Luke Chapman. And if anyone knows Luke Chapman, I'll bring you back to a year, 2012. A certain Bayside Ravens team was first seed, number 1 offense, second in defense. And the number 1 seed against a number 4 Sunshine Coast Spartan team. Ran a reverse on the first play, scored with a 1 Jason Goff, and ended up upsetting that 2012 Bayside Ravens team. That return touchdown really sparked the upset that would send them on their way to winning the championship that year. So, who knows?
Might try and have to YouTube that, Kenny. I have to look at that if it exists anywhere.
Yeah, it was captured by Briz at 31 that year. You'll see a sprightly young man in a red visor, a little happier before that reverse happened. And
Good job, Barb. Barb, the referee, running down the sideline.
so here we are, 2 versus 3.
This is going to be a cracker, Kenny. I reckon this might be a bit chippy too. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, these two teams know each other. They know each other well.
And there you go. If you'd had money today, you would have cleaned up with not the is it Quinella is
all 4 games
Oh, all 4. The ball has fallen off.
due to this wind. Here comes Jack Crawley to kick us off. And he'll keep it low and short and out of bounds. And let's take a look at the league table at the end of the completion of the regular season. Keeping in mind, of course, the 2 washouts that affected the entire league. We just saw leading the standings, the Stingrays undefeated during the regular season. They are now on their way to the Sun Bowl following the last game. And the Ravens, they've rounded it out at 3.
Kicking team, number 23. Free kick out of bounds. 5 yards will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
The Rhinos are 4 points clear of them in second position. So I think we're in for a pretty decent game. There's a quick overview of this season that was. Last week, the Ravens finished their season with an 8-0 win over the Thunder. And the Rhinos enjoyed a...
Oh, here we go. Diamond formation.
47
Short side of the field.
Victory over the Spartans. Copyright, they don't have a COLTS team.
29 should buzz straight. Yeah, good job, 29.
Oh, they throw long immediately. I don't think he was expecting the pass was intended to Patrick Mao.
I think you're absolutely right there, Kenny. Great job by the Rhinos, number 29, the outside linebacker. Just stepping in.
Sean Gill.
Yeah, Sean Gill there, just stepping in to make sure that they don't throw the quick screen. But you're spot on there. I don't think Patrick Mao was ready for that.
Signal caller for the Ravens. It's Tom Saxby, brother of Will Saxby, former junior state defensive back. Now playing in the North Queensland competition. Here goes Griff Roberts, the driving force of this Ravens offense.
The slot receiver for the Ravens has got to do a way better job than that. He's got a block. He just missed his block, whiffed block completely, and Griff's trying to get to the outside. He's trying to make the key block, and it didn't happen. We'll put it down to first game jitters here for the semis.
Griff Roberts has had an up and down season. Missed a few games due to unavailability, and missed a few games due to suspension, actually. So he is heading stateside next year, though. In January, we'll be competing over in the States. Here goes Griffin Roberts, grabbing at his helmet. Will drive forward and take this ball to 37.
Big face mask there from Rhinos, but it goes uncalled. But check out it, 2 defensive linemen only for the Rhinos. No grip there, I think, Kenny. But the flag for a face mask has to be grip and turn, not so much a sort of swipe past.
And Ravens now sending in the punter. They go 3 and out.
Let's see if they use the win here. Oh, timeout. Somebody signalling timeout. No. Yep, there's the flag.
Well, we've got a timeout and a flag, so we'll see which came first.
Fraction. Offense. 5 yards penalty. Repeat. 4th down.
A substitution infraction, I heard.
I think that's what I heard. Well, this is definitely not the start the Ravens wanted, Kenny. I mean, basically, first pass went to somebody who wasn't expecting it. Second pass, a missed block. Third, a little run, and then 4th down, substitution infraction, not knowing what's going on.
In the punt formation, here comes Vince Higgins. A third-year player. He's got some spiral on it. Keeps it low, though, out of the wind, and the punt goes out of bounds on the Rhinos 32. So on comes Riley Dix and this Brisbane Rhinos offense.
Good starting position for them.
Now here's an interesting factor. Riley Dix considered the starter, but throughout the season, Sammy Harkness hasn't been able to settle on an official traditional starter. These two quarterbacks, Mitchell Bradford and Riley Dix, they rotated halves.
Thank you for telling me that, because I'm looking at your sheet and it says quarterback 1 and quarterback 2, and I was like, who's what?
So I'm led to believe Bradford very well could be starting the second half. Right now it's Riley Dix. He'll hand off.
Oh,
Gives it to Tristan Gibson. He tries to go east-west and gets taken down behind the 30.
oh,
Late
silly
flag.
play. That's going to be a face mask against the Ravens, I think. Just a little off the frame here. Almost a fumble. Face mask coming in now. Oh, there's a hand up underneath there by the looks of it.
And that's cornerback Josh Bowes. I believe another 6-year player, started at age 14. Obviously, with the Colts age extending to 19 now, he joins a rare group of people.
There's no foul on the field for a personal foul on purple.
Okay, there we go.
Taking it back.
The angle, as we saw it, looked like it. But as I said, what I do like about referees is when they converse. One might have had a different angle and somebody else said, no.
Yeah,
We
ultimately,
work as a team. Good job, refs.
So no foul on the play. Dick's first pass attempt over the middle. Going for it. He's picked off. Here goes Garrard. Garrard looking for the sideline. Taken down at the Rhinos 27.
You could see you wanted to go to that post pass, but the Ravens safety just sitting there beautifully. Sam Garrard.
Yeah, I think a couple
Here he is. Great shot, Kenny, right in the middle of the field. Look at that bail to the post. Nice job.
It's just a great job there by the free safety.
Followed the quarterback's eyes, realised that there was no receiver on the other side, and said, I'm going to go break on that, and got it. Trusting your instincts.
Ravens now went 3 and out in their first drive inside Rhinos territory now. Saxby 3 to his right has got him offside. They'll let him run. Griffin Roberts will take a carry. He takes it short of 5 yards, so they'll likely take the free 5.
The Rhinos staying with that 2D line and 2 flowing linebackers. Are we going to see Big 45 basically try and stay in there all day in terms of shoot A gap and B gap? And that's pretty much his responsibility.
Offside. Defense. Number 45. 5 yards from the previous spot. There was no play. First down.
So they'll make it the first and 5.
So the interception from the Ravens put them in a good position. First down in the sunny part of the field.
Same formation. Higgins, the widest receiver of them all. They'll give to Roberts, who'll venture down the left edge. He'll take it past the 20. And into the Rhinos' red zone he went.
I said good. I mentioned it in the first game, Kenny. For those watching at home, just watch the effort of the receivers. Basically, that'll tell you straight away if it's going to be a run or a pass. Basically, the receivers there for the Ravens need to do a better job of selling the run as they just sort of jog out and try and block someone. Whereas compared to we've seen when they go out for a pass, it's a full-on sprint. So there's something to key on. Second down and about 3.
Trips again, Braden Quinn In the slot, now in motion to the left-hand side. He'll avoid the snap. He interrupts it, though. Griffin Roberts had to pick it up and clean it up. It will be taken down behind the line.
I won't say a comedy of errors, but definite issues there on the timing. I'm not sure why we're jogging. You either go at full speed to sell the jet sweep, so to speak, or you're jogging from motion shift. It's almost like Braden had a look at the centre going, are you going to snap it now? You're snapping it to me?
Well, we saw do you remember in the junior AGL last year, a situation where a wide receiver jumped over the snap. Now it's a change of motion. They change receiver, run the same play, different personnel, and Roberts will get close to a first down. I think he might just be short.
That's a better play from the Ravens. You have a look here. So we've got the inside left and fake the jet on that side too, which puts the linebackers in conflict. Much better play call in there. 4th down and 1.5. You can hear the chants from Ravens going in the... we've got Rhinos versus Ravens in the crowd chanting.
Saxby trying to ignore the crowd. We'll give it to Roberts. Roberts will keep moving forward. We'll get this ball to the 15.
Oh, Jared DeVeers, what a magnificent football move. If we get a replay on that. Watch Jared DeVeers down here at number 2. Watch the snap. Hi. There we go.
Explain that. What did that sell?
He's going to do nothing. He's just been told, go out there. We're going to Griff. He's going to get the first down. I've even had some people run backwards.
There you go. Devries there with a cheeky little camera up.
Whether he's looking at the referee.
Let's see what he does this time. Change in the backfield.
That running back is very deep.
And they'll throw, and it is to Devries. This time, no fake, all action. Touchdown, Ravens. They're the first team on the board.
Gee, Tommy Saxby, what a great pass. Directing traffic in the backfield. Have a look at the action here. Really nice. Gets the laces. Bam. Spiral. In stride. Great pass, Tom Saxby.
I'm not going to lie. I was hoping on the replay we were going to see Devries do the same move and then break downfield.
Threads the needle. Great job, Tom Saxby, between the linebackers and Jared DeVries for carrying the ball.
We're out, and Saxby with his first passing touchdown of the day. It's an awkward snap. Roberts is going to have to improvise. He'll get taken down. Also stripped. Eventually recovered by the Ravens. PAT unsuccessful. The score remains 6-0 with 3 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter of action.
I'd be blaming Jared then. He wasn't even moving forward at the snap to kick it. Oh, yeah, way to leave Griff out to dry.
Tom Saxby with a passing touchdown there. Not the tallest of quarterbacks, especially with some of the quarterbacks we've seen today, including the junior division. So how important is it for a quarterback like that when you are a little more vertically challenged to stay in rhythm?
There's a great little article. I think there was no difference between basically if you were 6'3" and under, it didn't matter what height you were at quarterback because you still had the same problems as a 6'3" person. It was then only over those 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" that you had a better field of vision. So there was no difference between a 6'3" quarterback and a 5'10" quarterback.
How about that?
Because it was exactly the same field of vision. And you know, for years they've been saying it was so different, but that was actually an NFL study. So one of those things, if you're shorter, well, you got to do a couple of things. Is you either roll out the pocket, take your shift step to the left or right just a little bit, or you tell your offensive line to block lower.
All solid options. Devries with a line drive. Henrik Walters will field it at the 15. He's got a lot of speed. Breaks a tackle and shakes a tackle, and eventually is taken down at his own 37.
You just saw the men from the boys here. I thought Patrick Mao was going to light him up right here. And welcome to seniors. You're going to get taken out big time like that, Pat. You're going to make a better job at that. You were down there with great speed. Just got to wrap the tackle. Great field position for the Rhinos. Let's see what they can do after the interception. Put the Ravens in good position.
Here comes Riley Dix again, throw a pick on his first pass attempt. Bad snap, pitches it out to Crawley. Crawley patiently waits for his blocks, gets forward and picks up just over 3 yards.
Sam Gerard on the main tackle there again. A little bit of nerves for the quarterback there. Yes, it was a high snap, but as you can see by his eyes, he was actually worrying about where he had to turn and pitch it to, rather than actually getting the snap first, then do your job.
Riley Dix has had a bit of an interesting, I'll say, development program over the last season. He's not only been training at Colts, but he's been effectively the backup quarterback at senior level under Coach Booker.
Oh, wow.
Even last night, he had the headset on.
Oh, fantastic.
In case he needed to be called upon.
That's upskilling.
Dix throwing downfield. He's got him. Picking up that one, number 29, the tight end, Sean Gill.
Nice job. Is that almost just a little two-man route there? He's just going to run this nice post. Use the height. And really nice job there by Sean Gill holding on to the ball when the Ravens are coming along. Good pocket too for the quarterback to let it rip.
Started him in tight at the start of the season. I've since moved him out wide. He's split out wide a lot more often. He's probably more of a wide receiver than a tight end now. Dix looking over the middle, throwing over the middle, looking for Gill again. It's through his hands, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I thought Henrik Walters was going to go on a wheel route and was going to be wide open because you had the two outside guys doing slants in. Yeah, Henrik Walters doing a speed out, and then I saw his head turn like he was going to run a wheel route up the sideline, but it just didn't happen. If I was Rhinos, I'd be looking at that a little bit later on.
Oh, Harkness, a smart coach, especially with the accelerated coaching experience he's had. I've been under Coach Booker this season. Let's see if they come back to it. Henrik Walters, the man you talked about in the slot. High snap, too high. Dix is going to go back for it. Carefully picks it up. Looking downfield, and he'll get taken down by David Christie. Last year's Sun Bowl co-MVP.
And that's a nice job too there. David Christie helping him up off the ground too. Good sportsmanship. Rhinos have got early on troubles with these snaps. We've seen it at least 4 or 5 snaps now that are higher than the quarterback's elbows when he's got them raised above his head. So they're going to have to fix that problem. We've just either got to fix the center's nerves or we've got to change the angle of how we get the snap.
3rd and forever. Another high snap. It's not fixed on this one. Dix picks it up, throws to the sideline, and mitigates the damage. That's going to be 4th down, and they'll have to send out the punt unit.
And that's a smart young man who tells me he's learned something. This is the last one he got drilled. This one he's just thrown it away. So good learning skill there. You see the coach talking to him on the sideline about what did you see. But it's pretty hard, coach, when you've got the football being snapped over your head every single time. If you want me to go back 3 more yards, I'm happy to.
Yeah. Henrik Walters, wide receiver, but also punter. Uses the left boot to get this downfield to DeVries. DeVries takes a swipe at it. It goes out the back of the end zone, touchback. And Tom Saxby and his offense will set up shop at their own 20.
A little bit of nerves, I think, Kenny, in this first drive for both teams. The Ravens and the Rhinos. We've seen some good plays. We've seen some capability of the D-line on both teams and the offensive line, and we've had some passes and catches, but it's just not coming together for, as anybody would want for as a coach of the team to put it in succession and mount a drive.
Let's see if Riff Roberts can break off a run we've grown to used to see him doing. Had a fantastic junior AGL tournament last year. Coached under Ravens men's running back Darius Holiday Miller. A little play here to Roberts now. Bounces off one tackle and gets taken down at the Ravens 21.
You see they've tried to run that 3 times now here. Watch the crackback block coming in on 29. Got to do a way better job of that. The whole point is to stop that 29 going outside, so you can't come underneath him like that. Have to fix that if you want to try and get Griff out to the outside.
And good strong tackle.
Rhinos with good flow there, so they know that Roberts is obviously going to try and get to the outside. We get one more play in before the quarter ends. 2nd down and about 9. And we're in Canada.
There we go. Whoa, hang on. That one looked awkward. He's going downfield now. Number 83.
Kenny, I can't complain too much. I actually did this as a coach back in 1994, where I called 2 players in motion by mistake. And that's exactly what happened there. You had 2 players in motion. You can have 1, or you can have 2 players shift and then
Illegal shift on the offense. 5 yards penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
So again, this is what I'm talking about, Kenny. A little bit of miscommunication for the Ravens.
Well, I'll set him back now. Coach Luke Chapman will take a timeout here. Actually, no, end of quarter, I think. No, timeout to the Ravens, and he'll take an opportunity to talk about it and calm his troops down.
Yeah, Kenny, I've talked to a lot of coaches, and some do and some don't. What's your thoughts, and I'm asking you now, is the scripting of the first series of plays? Some coaches do 6 plays, some do 15, some do 20. I know Steve Box used to do, I think he did the first 15, 12 to 15.
Well, I can tell you, well, at least at the junior level, he used to do 13, and that's because of a certain number he used to wear.
Okay.
I think you got to be a little more flexible now. I like the idea of it. Of course, back when I was coaching, we didn't have regulation timing. We had 2 half-hour running clocks for each half.
Oh, okay.
And it was a bit different. I think it was hard to get through it sometimes. But I like in junior football, and particularly with 8-minute quarters, I like the idea of about 6 or 7. Just to get an idea of how the defense will react to some of your bread and butter plays.
I like having the first one scripted, and that's it.
I am definitely more of a less is more guy compared to some of the coaches out there who are 12 plus.
I think really things come down to mentality too of the coach of how do you script the play? Is it by down and distance? Is it by field position, hash mark, etc.? But I think also too on a lot of today's play calling with the run pass option, you can pretty much call the same thing 4 times in a row because it's the quarterback can keep, the running back can keep it, or you can throw it. So
there's your first 4 plays right there for you. Speaking about first 4, we've seen the first of 4 quarters expire. Into the second quarter we go with the Ravens carrying a 6-point lead into the second quarter here in this semi-final matchup in the Colts division with the Bayside Ravens and the Brisbane Rhinos both vying to become the Sun Bowl partner of the Gold Coast Stingrays.
for those at home, you can see on the screen there, it'll be interesting the way the sun sets on the field. So we've sort of got to the 30-yard in one sun, full sun. And we've got a sort of a 3/4 of a field across in shade. And that will affect the player's ability to see the ball.
Yeah. Especially that far corner down in the southeast end zone. Tom Saxby. Light little motion. It's going to be an end around. So the mystery man, all right, now he's past the 30 and grabs a first down for Birdtown.
Here's a first down. Braden Quinn there, I think, on the motion. No, number 14. That's a better job of blocking. Patrick Mao must have been listening to the commentary. He took a much better angle on the block there. Got the seal. Ball on the left hash now. We're starting to get into the shade. First down and 10. Rhino still going with that 2D line.
Against this spread set for the Ravens. They drop back. Roberts still off the field. He's throwing to an open Quinn. Quinn grabbed it. Did he have possession? Yes, he did. Quinn grabs a reception and is out of bounds at the Rhinos 39.
He definitely fumbled at the first, but I reckon he's regained the ball just before he's gone out. So he's fumbling there. Yep, he's got it there.
Well, it's the key difference here between us and the NFL. You only need a possession with 1 foot in bounds.
We used to love John Madden the way, one butt cheek equals 1 foot, or an elbow
Equals 2 feet.
Here we go. Rhinos bringing pressure now off the edge.
They do. They send 5 Zaxby avoids it, tucks the ball under an arm, and he's running. Boy, is he running! And trucks over Gibson at the Ravens 25.
I'm sorry, but the way he's wearing those rib protectors and the way he runs, it's a mini Mitch Tierney.
I was going to say it. I was thinking it. Didn't want to say it.
I'll be happy to say it. Look at that. Little bowling ball.
Mitch Tierney. I hope you're watching, Mitch Tierney. Give us a shout out if you are.
I think it must be the moustache, beard, and the hair.
Yeah, he's. I'm honestly thinking that's faster than Mitch Tierney's ever covered in his senior football days.
I hope you're not watching anymore, Mitch, because Kenny's bagging you out. So anyway,
You've opened a door, mate.
first down 10. You didn't need to go through it though. Great pressure there by the Rhinos, but obviously leaving the quarterback open for us.
First down. Zaxby keen to throw this, but denied. Batted down at the line. Good job by the Rhinos defensive line.
Rhinos D-line dialing up there. You watch, they're going to do a twist or a stunt for the first time today. You're going to see these two linemen, there they go out, and they come the backers in the middle. Nice little twist there. So the defensive coordinator for the Rhinos just dialing it up a little. We've only sending 2, and then I'm going to send 4, and then I'm going to send 4 with a twist.
Got to keep them guessing.
Trips out to the wide side of the field, second down. Nobody's in the middle of the field.
Back in the game, they get this to the wide receiver, and Lachlan Amore grabs his first catch.
I do actually hate watching those tackles because I can just visualize an ankle going. But a great wrap-up tackle there by the Rhinos.
6-0. We tick down towards 6 minutes.
Wouldn't
Left and a
mind,
half.
sorry, Kenny, wouldn't mind seeing a formation that you've got the trips to the wide side there. That slot or the far right receiver just running a post wrap because there is nobody in the middle of the field. If they want to explore that. Rhinos looking to send 3 again, maybe 4.
DeVries, the outside wide receiver. He'll throw. No, over the middle. What a grab. Oh, he had it. Lost it. Stuck a stamp on it and sent it out of the end zone.
It's our man Patrick Mao again. Just what I was talking about. The middle of the field is wide open. It's a great route. Great throw. Look at that. And he had it there. He just didn't finish the tuck. Great throw in stride.
Graceful as all heck. And that's a touchdown gone begging.
Tommy Saxby, that's right. 4th down.
On 4th down now, they're going for the
There's
end zone.
the middle of the
Too
field
much
again.
pepper. Pass
Sorry,
intended.
Kenny, talking over you there. That middle of the field is just wide open again.
You got to say it. Lachlan Amore, the intended receiver on that play, missing an opportunity. The Ravens, first time wasn't as bad. This time they turn over on downs. Rhinos survive a raid on their red zone. They'll take over, and here comes Riley Dix again, trying to get his team on the board here for the first time in the first half.
Well, I do like the call, Kenny, from the Ravens there. So they've obviously seen the same thing that, they went for the seam pass on the left side first and then went seam for the second, knowing the middle of the field is open. So they've got the right idea. It's just the execution. It was almost a fantastic catch by Patrick Mao. But let's see what the Rhinos can do here with the 3 receivers to the wide side.
Dix, patient, will try to hit Gibson floating out to the flat. He had to sidearm it to try to get it to him. It's incomplete.
Again, you can see that was going to be a screen from the receivers just started blocking straight up, so they were waiting for the running back to slip out. I like the call. Just needs to execute. Second down 10.
Here they go, reloaded for second down. Gibson, he'll run a route, he'll throw deep, it's floated up in the air into the area of Josh Bowes, falls incomplete. Pass intended to wide receiver Patrick Schweikert.
That was close though, because Bowes was almost, he said, I can pick this off in the air, but he sort of undercut it and almost could have gone over his head. I'm watching with that formation, Kenny, if you have a look on the replay there, is they put the 3 receivers out to the right. There is a definite option to run left because there's only one outside linebacker on that to go to that Ravens sideline. So they can do some sort of speed option or something, but the Ravens are outmanned to the left side, to the weak side.
Dix again, another pass, pulls it back, his receiver slips over, now he's going to do it himself. And he'll take it to the 35. Tackled there by Ellis. and Garrod.
And that's what I'm talking about, Kenny. If he wants to do a quarterback draw or something like that, you can flare the running back out to the behind the trips, and the quarterback's basically going to have one-on-one with a linebacker in space on that left side. 4th down. You can see the Rhinos wanted to take a couple of shots. They tried to screen pass, tried the long pass.
And Henrik Wilson is back with his left boot. Get some purchase on this. Sam Garrod was back deep to return, but he angles the kick towards the sideline, and it's out of bounds at the Ravens 21.
It's a good kick down there down the 20-yard line. Nice job using the wind to turn it around the corner. I'm really liking how a lot of teams on the punt are using their centre to get downfield as quick as. I mean, it still baffles me to this day why you don't jam the centre. You're allowed to hit the centre after 1 second if he's running down the field, but basically stop that centre from getting downfield. Back in the day, it was the biggest guy was going to be a centre and things like that. He's not going to get downfield. Now they got whippets and cheaters getting down the field so quick.
For the Griffith Uni Thunder, Mike Jones, cornerback wide receiver, is their long snapper.
I mean, I've sponsored guys that are bigger than Mike Jones. I mean, the fact that he's in the centre, it's great.
Ruben Mecki, not quite built like Mike Jones. He's the starting centre for the Ravens. They'll give it to Griff Roberts. Had DeVries in motion. He'll have to block now, and Griffin Roberts advances this ball past the Ravens 30.
Again, another man that doesn't skip leg day. He just had somebody grabbing onto the back of him there, said, I'm going to go. I think that's a great example there from number 2, Jared DeVries. You need to see more from him, especially with his background. After he realised that he was in motion and not getting the ball, he just jogs. You've got to get in there and keep blocking into the whistle. You've got to hit somebody because you never know when somebody like Griff is going to cut it back.
Roberts again in the backfield. And they'll give it back to him. Has to jump cut immediately. Now trying to run behind his blockers. Loses a piece of his shirt. And eventually is taken down. I think forward progress might have taken him past the 35.
He's got to pull his jacks up. I think, for me, Griff is almost very similar to Gab Salvo in terms of the running style. And Griff right now has the same problem that Gab had, is he's not getting cleanly to the line of scrimmage. Once he gets to the line of scrimmage, then he's gone and he's got the right angles. But it's just, there's too much pressure from the Rhinos at the moment, getting him in the backfield, that he has to do jump cuts and everything in the backfield. Diamond formation again.
Up to the top of your screen. Saxby with time throws to the lone receiver and DeVries. Incomplete pass. Coverage on the play was good by the junior Jack Lowe.
I think it's actually hit the referee.
No way.
I'll have to have a look at the replay, but I'm pretty sure it may have hit the referee. He was right in the slant zone.
Possibly. But I've seen longest yard. I know what you're up to. I know what you're up to, Saxby. Clearly not happy with some of the calls.
Oh, and you can see Coach Chapman on the far sideline. He's having something to say about it.
Can you challenge for referee interference?
Here we go. Have a look at the replay here. Was it come off the hands of the defender? Yeah, it looks like it's come off the defensive lineman. No, it has hit him in the elbow because it's gone straight to the defender. So you can see Coach Chapman, if we go back to live pictures there, Coach Chapman's on the far sideline. I can exactly imagine what he's saying.
You've coached underneath him. Patrick Mao bringing in the play. Diamond formation once more. Griff Roberts at the back of said diamond. Saxby under pressure. Avoids the rush, keeps his eyes downfield, is looking for Mao.
Flag down.
Incomplete pass. Mao can't control it, but flags down. Back returned. We could have a roughing call here, or it could be holding.
I like the call because it's basically one-on-one there, and he gets around, but he's got to learn. Tommy Saxby's got to learn just to pull the throttle back a little bit. He's only got to pop it over one defender.
Holding, offense, number 99, 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, 3rd down.
Holding was the call. Florian Zawadzki relaying that call in. That'll make it 3rd and long.
You see De Veers was the choice there. Could have just popped it over the top. .336. 3rd and 16.
Saxby with the trips formation as you just covered. Oh, hang on. He flips it, brings it back, and Jack Lowe will dominate him in this tackle. Oh, almost disaster at the exchange. He brings it back, but
It wasn't a mini flea flicker?
you can get him as that.
There we go. Indecision there. It's up to the quarterback to go, you're going to take the ball or I'm going to keep it. Looks like Griff didn't really want it then, so the hands went away from the bucket, so to speak.
Oh, both of those
4th down.
two involved in that last exchange now off the field as the Ravens have to bring their punting unit on. Vince Higgins on the one hop, picks it up, gets it away.
He's got the wind.
Gets it over Henrik Walters. Walters now fielding it at the 25. Can't beat the tackle of Christie, one of the strongest open field tacklers in the division.
I cannot say enough about this young man, Christie. I mean, he was just an absolute pleasure to work with over in Mexico and really coming back and has changed his game. Just a little fellow that has a big heart. Can be a little bit, I can't say the word on air, but a lovely guy otherwise, and loves his football. Loves his football and is a true baller, as we saw by that tackle then. Open field tackle, that's the guy you want.
Well, back-to-back semi-finals, we saw the 2 MVPs of last year's Sunbelt compete, Gab Salvo in the Stingrays game, and David Christie here in the Ravens. Off his back foot, Bradford's into the game probably a bit earlier than they expected. He completes his first pass.
Nice little pop-ups, great touch there. That's Brad. Was that Bradford now? Is that quarterback?
Indeed it is.
Mitchell Bradford. Really nice touch there from the young man over the top.
That's Finn Shortman, who started the season as more of a running back. And finding himself at the tight end position from time to time. Also plays linebacker. Bradford now calling the shots. Gibson still his tailback.
One high safety for the Ravens.
He's got Henrik Walters. Walters underneath it. Catches it at the 20. Beats a couple defenders and is taken down at the
referee is down.
17. And we've seen another referee down. We've seen one referee retire. We've seen another referee hit with a football. And now we've got a sideline judge face down getting some medical attention.
Great corner out. You're going to have a defender run into him. There goes the legs.
Nicky Verbeek taking photos. Hope you get a good shot of that. Oh, wow, he went down hard.
He did, and it was low. Great route, great throw. It was the corner route there. The referee's up. That's
Give him
the
a shake off.
shake it off, big man.
And there might be Sergeant David Jones, possibly.
Oh, Danny's gone too. Can smell the Denker rub from here now. Go anal oil.
These Rhinos and Ravens, mate, not kind to these referees, are they?
2 minutes and 3. Ball's on the 19. 1st and 10 for the Rhinos. Rhinos moving here. 2 minutes before we get in the end zone.
6-0. It's the lone touchdown to Jared DeVries, separating these two teams right now.
No safety for the Ravens.
Whole middle of the field if they want it. Bradford surveys the field under pressure. Eyes are downfield. He's got to get rid of it. Nicely gets it to Gibson. Gibson now. He'll look for a block. Beats a tackle and will get tackled by Gerard at the 20. Multiple flags thrown in on the play.
Number 11, Patrick Schicka. I can't remember. How do you pronounce his name there?
Schwackett.
Schwackett. Look, I want to he had a good job there. He's going to go for a block, and he's like, do I, don't I? He's coming from the top.
We have a block in the back.
Yeah, it was a pushing
Number
back.
11 on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
I saw him there. He was holding his hands up like, I'm not going to block him, and then he just went, at the last second, I am. So you can see it was initially the right decision of, I'm in that spot, I shouldn't block, and then he just had a mental breakdown.
Yeah, it's a tough decision. You have a split second to make that.
First and long. 1:47.
And time is ticking down now.
No safety again.
Bradford, he likes the fact there's no safety over the top to Schweikert. It's tipped by a Raven defender almost into the hands of Schweikert. Incomplete. Gerard on the coverage.
Gee, Sam Gerard, impressive speed there. The ball was in the air. There was no safety, and he bailed back from there. It's like a Tampa 2. He had the middle linebacker have to bail back for the safety.
Well, it's shown that he's got quite a bit of makeup speed. That's how we got the first pick as well.
I do like the sass of the Rhinos at the moment. Just taking a couple of shots there. We'll go down the middle and have a look. Don't want to go away from the running game too much. There's still time on the clock, but it is 2nd and 20.
Ball on the Ravens 29.
Ravens playing the pass.
Bradford patiently waiting, but he's running out of time. Coverage sack. The Ravens take Bradford down. 3-yard loss on the sack.
Spot on, Kenny. Spot on. Absolute coverage sack there. They only rushed 3 of them, but they basically dropped everybody into pass coverage, as you can see. Everybody's covered. A couple of receivers are double covered. Great job by the D-line for the Ravens there.
And Zach Critter is a 2-yard loss. Ball now on the Ravens 31. On 3rd down, double sticks. 22 yards in total needed to convert here with under a minute left in the first half. 3 receivers out to the right. Awkward snap handled by Bradford eventually, but he's under the pump now. 3 Ravens in his face, throws off his back foot. Coming back for it was one of the Rhinos pass catchers, and as Schweikert flags have been thrown right where the play happened. Josh Bowes throwing his hands up in the air, wondering what he may be pinned for.
Really nice job from the Ravens here too. You can see the D-line.
Pass interference. Defense, number 33. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
That was David Christie. Being told he made contact too early.
The referee was closer than I am. It didn't look like it from here. But the referee's closer than I am.
Well, it's 15 yards and automatic first. I'm surprised Chappie's not considering throwing his flag. I do wonder where he's kept it.
Well, he doesn't have the headset on now, so maybe he's thrown it too many times.
Oh, maybe
there
he's
it
listening.
is.
There he is.
There's
He's
a-
thrown out the flag, the keys.
Oh, the keys,
the
the
receipt
wallet,
from the petrol
the
receipt.
Samsung Galaxy 5 because he's an old school guy.
But what is he seeing? What we're seeing?
So it's a big call though, because if he challenged it,
Interference. The coach of the Ravens is challenging this ruling. Play is under further review.
And they're going to review it. Florian Zwolski. And now the
happening
gentleman
at the top of your
to my
screen.
right, carefully studying the monitors and assessing the situation.
so here comes the ball. There's 4 players there.
And the question is that left arm of David Christie.
Well, as I said, the referee was right there.
After further review, the play stands as called. Automatic first down.
The referees in the booth, including Gary Kennedy.
The Bayside Ravens will be charged 1 team timeout.
No evidence there to overturn the call. And the Ravens will therefore lose a timeout.
I'd sort of like to say the evidence was inconclusive rather than the because I couldn't really see anything from the replay.
The Rhinos happily take the penalty. It brings them up to the 23-yard line, gave them a fresh set of downs.
2 safeties for the Ravens.
Bradford looking over the middle, forced to reverse field. Now he's going to run and taken down by one of the Ravens' defensive backs. Zachary Garrard, the other Garrard, taking him out. Younger brother of Sam.
67 Phil Roundtree there on the defensive end. Just has to make sure that he's the last guy. So the quarterback cannot do that again. He got washed inside. Just have faith in your secondary that they're going to get the coverage.
Phil Roundtree, another player for the Ravens who could be seeing 6 years in total of the Colts. Came out of the real junior programs for the Ravens. Lift-off programs. Ended up moving to Colts. Here he still is now. Bradford looking to Walters, who athletically leaps for it. Can't beat the tackle of Bashford Jones, though, and he's taken down at the 16.
That's a nice job from Bashford Jones there. Great catch from the Rhinos there. But if a receiver catches it here, like right there on the turn, he can get at least another 5 yards. Mind you, Josh Bowes was coming at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Was probably going to light him up. But we've seen some good throws so far from Bradford, the quarterback. He found that nice corner pass that took out the referee, and a couple of nice little other over-the-top passes, touch passes, and a good run so far. I think they've made the right move switching the quarterbacks up.
Samuel Harkness. Still in the final instructions.
3rd and 5, 21 seconds to go. Ball's on the 17. We're in the sunny end of the field. This will be an issue for the quarterback, not the receivers. Ravens still going too high with the safeties. 3 receivers out to the left for the Rhinos.
Garrard and Christie, the safeties. And they go to that weak side. Gibson takes it out of bounds. Don't make a whole lot of yardage. That'll bring up 4th.
I don't mind the call because basically it's going to go out of bounds and you put all the receivers over to the left. Let's try a speed option to the short side. Don't have to burn a timeout or anything. We've gotten a little bit closer. It was going to be 4th down anyway. It was going to be one of those plays where it goes in the end zone and it's just going to make 3 or 4 yards.
Fourth down. Sending out Henry Walters. Trying to add 3 points. Snap's good. Kick is up. Is it true? It's wide right.
Had the distance just with the laces out, Dan. You could see that from the replay that the laces were pointing back to the kicker. Great technique with the hole. Good job holding the wide snap. Well done on the holder.
Unfortunately, quarterback Riley Dixon, the holder in this instance, the wide snap didn't give enough time to get the rotation on the ball to get those laces out.
Did a real good job of getting the snap though, which is well done. It leaves us 12 seconds for the Ravens. Looks like we're in the kneel formation with the 2 wingbacks in.
No intention to want to play in the final 13 seconds of the half. Yes, unless the Rhinos want to take a timeout, that'll allow this half to come to a close here. It's a tight one.
Halftime.
Between the 2nd and 3rd seeded teams in the Colts division, the Brisbane Rhinos trail the Ravens 6-0 here at halftime. Kenny Andres, John Holwood Rowe, one final halftime break. The final half of the 2018 SEQ GQ playoffs to happen soon.
Omaha! Base! Junior! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue! Clear! Omaha! They're down! 50's right!
We'll get it down to the... Oh, wow. Way to regain your balance. Oh, and a great block by Nzalgo Galoo. This return by Billy Lamaga finishes up around the Thundercat 33.
I'd be checking out that man number 88 there, make sure he's all right. Great legal. Stay there, keeping the Stingrays offense off the field.
Negus. Taking it this time, a pass, but he's under pressure, forced and flushed out to his left. We'll head back to the linebackers, and he's taken down by Luke Marianowski.
Interesting gamble here by the Stingrays, Kenny. So you can see right here, just off picture now, that linebacker is going to make number 41. He's going to make a decision. Luke Marianowski, he's going to make...
Showing blitz. Sending blitz. 2 pull out. Negus found some space, though, into the secondary and tackled again by Luke Marianowski.
That's a big hit on the helmet there. Not intentional, just to wrap it up. They're going to meet big time.
Actually, you can argue there is a case for leading with the head, just based on what I've seen in college football and the NFL lately. Of course, we're run by IFAF.
Oh, absolutely, Kenny. You're spot on there.
Looking at 8 yards. Negus bobbles the snap, will take it himself. Receivers blocking downfield for him now. He's got the first. Has he got a bit more? He's taken out at the 11-yard line.
This is all Negus on this drive. Just a little fumble there. Picks it up, recovers. I'm seeing it's a lot more self-confidence now, Kenny, too, compared to that first half we saw. Maybe that's what we just needed, is get the ball in his hands, let him do what he needs to do and get his confidence up.
Negus steps up past the first rush, can't evade the rest, taken down by big Jalen Chantong.
Who's number 42 there for the Stingrays, Kenny? Is that
Jack Ricam?
Jack was shot out of a cannon. Look at that pressure straight away. Yes, he did go past the quarterback, but that made the quarterback step up into the pocket where the rest of the Stingrays defense said, thank you very much. Just shot out of the cannon off the corner there. Really nice job. Forced the pressure back up into their D-line.
Rithadech and Shantan. Here we go. A nice deep drop for Negus, looking for the end zone. It's intercepted by Samuel Stevenson. And he'll take it 2 yards out. Probably, if he had his time again, would have loved to have taken a knee.
No, Kenny, he just wants the intercept. He doesn't care about anything else. The ball just hanging up a little bit too high there.
And that's, well, you could argue the Stingrays, they got Negus to do exactly what they wanted him to do. They want Negus to try to throw long.
That's exactly right, Kenny. That's the good thinking in there of stop, go, pass.
If you're even, you're leaving.
Yeah.
Gab Salvo cuts back.
He's got a block.
Got space down that left hand sideline. It takes this run all the way to his own 36. Huge gain on the ground.
Good little spy block. Nice job there by number 19. Connor Brewster there with a little cutback block from the fullback position. Gets Gab some more running room.
Connor Brewster, who's played face, they get straight back to business. Good block. Caught Jabari going long for Ferris. Ferris caught it at the 10. Now he's dancing his way to the end zone. High stepping. A styling and wiling and in for 6.
I believe the term is style and profiling, Kenny. Really quick, right? As you mentioned, Kenny, look at this. He's just going to run, pull up just before the neutral zone, and then bam, throw the throw pass.
4 down linemen. And Jack Ricam Rithadech misses. Negus finding space, pushing blockers in front of him. He has not given up. He takes this inside the Stingray 35.
Well, he can't fold his heart, that's for sure. He wants to get the first down, and he's definitely having a better second half than he did the first, that's for sure. Thought he had some room to the outside, but again, he wants to go up the middle.
They'll give it to Salvo, trying to close this game out. Look at him staircasing as you described.
Is it Quinella is 4?
4 games.
Oh, All four,
ball's
the
been
ball
knocked
has
off the
fallen
tee.
off.
Due to this wind. Here comes Jack Crawley to kick us off. And he'll keep it low and short and out of bounds.
Somebody else said no.
Yeah,
Good work as a team. Good job, refs.
So no foul on the play. Dick's first pass attempt over the middle. Going for it. He's picked off. Here goes Gerard. Gerard looking for the sideline. Taken down at the Rhinos 27.
You could see you wanted to go to that post pass, but the Ravens safety just sitting there beautifully. Sam Gerard.
Yeah, I think a couple
Here he is.
inches-
Great shot, Kenny, right in the middle of the field. Look at that bail to the post. Nice job.
It's just a great job there by the free safety.
Followed the quarterback's eyes. Realised that there was no receiver. Running back is very deep.
And they'll throw, and it is to DeVries. This time, no fake, all action. Touchdown, our Ravens. They're the first team on the board.
Gee, Tommy Saxby, what a great pass. Directing traffic in the backfield. Have a look at the action here. Really nice. Gets to the laces. Bam. Spiral. In stride. Great pass, Tom Saxby.
Not gonna lie, I was hoping on the replay we were gonna see DeVries do the same move and then break downfield.
Threads the needle. Great job, Tom Saxby, between the linebackers and Jared DeVries for carrying the ball.
We're out and Saxby with his first passing touchdown of the day. It's an awkward snap. Roberts is gonna have to improvise. He'll get taken down
Fantastic.
in case he needed to be called upon.
That's upskilling.
Dix throwing downfield. He's got him. Picking up that one, number 29, the tight end Sean Gill.
Nice job. Is that almost just a little two-man route there? He's just going to run this nice post. Use the height. And really nice job there by Sean Gill holding onto the ball when the Ravens are coming along. Good pocket too for the quarterback
They start
with that 2D line.
against this spread set for the Ravens. They drop back. Roberts still off the field. He's throwing to an open Quinn. Quinn grabbed it. Did he have possession? Yes, he did. Quinn grabs the reception and is out of bounds at the Rhinos 39.
He definitely fumbled at the first, but I reckon he's regained the ball just before he's gone out. So he's fumbling there. Yep, he's got it there.
Well, that's the key difference here between
3 again, maybe 4.
DeVries, the outside wide receiver. He'll throw. No, over the middle. What a grab. Oh, he had it. Lost it. Stuck a stamp on it and sent it out of the end zone.
It's our man Patrick Mao again. Just what I was talking about. The middle of the field is wide open. It's a great route. Great throw. Look at that. And he had it there.
Here's Gammon. Dev Christie here in the Ravens. Off his back foot. Bradford's into the game probably a bit earlier than they expected. He completes his first pass.
Nice little pop-ups. Great touch there.
Was
that Bradford now? Is that quarterback?
indeed it is.
Mitchell Bradford. Really nice touch there from the young man over the top.
Gibson still his tailback.
One
Short
high
pass.
safety for the Ravens.
He's got Henrique Walters. Walters underneath it. Catches it at the 20. Beats a couple defenders and is taken down at the
Referee is
Ravens
down.
17. And we've seen another referee down. We've seen one referee retire. We've seen another referee hit with a football. And now we've got a sideline judge face down getting some medical attention.
Great corner out. You're going to have a defender run into him. There goes the legs.
And time is ticking down now.
No safety again.
Bradford, he likes the fact there's no safety over the top to Schweikert. It's tipped by a Raven defender almost into the hands of Schweikert. Incomplete. Gerard on the coverage.
Gee, Sam Gerard, impressive speed there. The ball was in the air. There was no safety, and he bailed back from there. It's like a Tampa 2. He had the middle linebacker.
Ball on the Ravens 29.
Ravens playing the pass.
Bradford patiently waiting, but he's running out of time. Coverage sack. The Ravens take Bradford down. 3-yard loss on the sack.
Spot on, Kenny. Spot on. Absolute coverage sack there. They only rushed 3 of them, but basically dropped everybody into pass coverage, as you can see. Everybody's covered. A couple of receivers are double covered. Great job by the D-line.
New programs for the Ravens, lift-off programs. Ended up moving to Colts. Here he still is now. Bradford looking to Walters, who athletically leaps for it. Can't beat the tackle of Bashford Jones, though, and he's taken down at the 16.
That's a nice job from Bashford Jones there. Great catch from the Rhinos there. But if a receiver catches it here, like right there on the turn, he can get at least another 5 yards.
Snap's good. Kick is up. Is it true? It's wide right.
At the distance, just with the laces out, Dan. You can see that from the replay that the laces were pointing back to the kicker. Great technique with the hole. Good job holding the wide snap. Well done on the holder.
The wide snap didn't give enough time to get the rotation on the ball to get those laces out.
Did a real good job of getting the snap though, which is well done. It leaves us 12 seconds for the Ravens. Looks like we're in the kneel formation with the 2 wingbacks in.
No intention to want to play in the final 13 seconds of the half. Yes, unless the Rhinos want to take a timeout, that'll allow this half to come to a close here. It's a tight one.
Halftime.
Between the second and third seeded teams in the Colts division, the Brisbane Rhinos trail the Ravens 6-0 here at halftime. Kenny Andres, John Hollywood Rowe, one final halftime break. The final. All right, still a couple minutes away from the start of the second half. One last half of football left for the 2018 GQ SEQ Playoff Series. A half of football left, John Hollywood Rowe.
And you've done a sensational job this weekend, young man. Your dulcet tones and the lemon and honey and the strepsils. As we hear from the crowd, the Ravens are coming back out on the field. Look, this is it's a close one, 6-0. There's been definitely opportunities. I think the Ravens have had more of the opportunities and they're in control more, even though the scoreline doesn't reflect that. But we have seen the change up. We had, is it Riley Dix was the quarterback who started?
Indeed it was.
And we went to Mitchell Bradford. Now, I think Bradford's the better passer, as we've seen on a couple of completions there, and he's got the wheels to get around the edge. It's just now about the play calling, especially on the offensive side of the ball for the Rhinos and the coaching. The Ravens have severely got to do something about getting Griffin Roberts the ball and not getting hit straight away as he takes the handoff. That's been the killer for the Ravens on offense, is that Griff really hasn't been able to be let loose because he's getting pressure from just 2 down linemen for the Rhinos, so they've got to fix something a little bit better there. Dave Christie and the Ravens defense, I mean, they're just flying everywhere. It's great. And look, the Rhinos defense has shown some holes in it, but their D linemen and linebackers are putting on some good pressure against, as we said, the Ravens offense.
Well, they're still warming up as they prepare to commence the second half. Let's go back to the topic of Mitch Bradford, who took over midway through the first half. Riley Dix struggling a bit, threw a pick on his first throw. Riley Dix, the prospect out of Bribie Island, drives all the way to
Was that right?
Brisbane Rhinos with his younger brother, who plays in the juniors.
Would there be a ferry trip involved in that, maybe from Bribie Island?
I don't believe so. I think it's just a cheeky drive.
He's got the four-wheel drive sand car that gets in there.
But yeah, obviously the offense probably looked a little more calm and progressive with Bradford at quarterback.
I totally agree there, Kenny. And we'll see. And we've seen it down the sideline too. Our referee was getting strapped at half time, the one who took a bit of a fall. So
back at it. It's interesting actually talking to Samuel Harkness, head coach of the Rhinos, a little as why he still hasn't been able to set a little starter. He says throughout the season, Riley Dix is a hot starter. Gets out there, knows how to put points on, can go missing a bit towards the back end of games. So Bradford's a much better closer, and that's just the way they've stayed all year. And
yep.
This time he probably had to go to Bradford a bit earlier than he had scheduled.
No, I'm the same, Kenny. I've had quarterbacks like that, and sometimes it's actually good to have that. Just someone goes, look, give me the first 3 series, and then that's all I want to do. And then your main quarterback can stay on the sideline. You can talk about what you both see and who's doing what, and then there's a bit more confidence when that second quarterback goes in.
There's Jared Devries on screen, the man who scored the lone touchdown in the first half.
Last half of football.
Henrik Walters fields it at the 18. Page runs into one of his own blockers, and now he's got a sea of purple taking him down back where he started his run. David Christie, any surprises?
That's a great job from Ravens right there. Really nice job. I think it was Patrick Mao. I'm calling his name again. Special teams, you can see him. He's the first guy down there. Doesn't make the tackle, but basically just funnels everything back to the rest of the defense. Nice job. And I was just trying to remember who had that touchdown pass just come out of his hands, and it was Patrick Mao in the last one. So let's see if he can. He's having a bit of a blinder. Other than the drop, I mean, the route was great. It was in his hands. He just needed to finish. So let's see when he comes back on offense. Let's see if he can have a good game.
He's a couple of drop passes away from a blinder. Bradford delayed handoff to Gibson. Gibson trying to do his best Le'Veon Bell impersonation behind his blockers there, but Phil Roundtree comes back and takes him down at the line of scrimmage.
Good job from Gibson there. I'm not sure if that was a delayed handoff as such, but I was watching Gibson run with the ball on his hip. So a really nice job from the running back there to keep it. Gee, that's a good quality picture now with the sunlight in the back there. Look at the
Gorgeous
live stream Brisbane. Great job.
6-0. Directors appreciate any comments through our headpieces. Christie adjusting the defense as Bradford pitches it out to Gibson, and he's taken down. Perfect angle there by Christie once again.
Little Mighty Mouse, number 33, Christie. But I'll tell you what, who was flying through was Liam Bashford-Jones there from the safety position too. If Christie had, look at the areas in the picture as well, and the backup also from Josh Bowes. I said this defense is pretty hungry.
Well, interesting now they had the pitch play there for Gibson. You talked about trying to find ways to get Griff to the outside. The Ravens, I noticed even in the Sun Bowl last year, didn't use a whole lot of pitch plays. Is that something they should possibly explore to try and get the speedy Griffin Roberts to the edge?
Oh, absolutely, but you've got to get that blocking. The blocking's got to be key.
Henrik Walters in the right slot. Catching the first half. He's going deep for Schweikert. Schweikert can't get underneath it. Had Bowes beat.
Again, throwing with the wind. Just probably need a little bit more shoulder tilt to get the arc on the throw. Definitely had the distance. Got an arm. Great throw, great spiral. Down the numbers. Great route by the receiver. Ball was going just on the outside of the numbers. Perfect. Just need a little bit more an arc on the throw. And that is 4th down already.
Well, they're sort of living and dying by these big plays, aren't they? Henrik Walters.
Got plenty of time.
Wow, what a punt. Fielded on the full by DeViz. Should get a pronunciation correction there from DeViz, and he's found some space.
Oh, that's stupid.
Oh, and he's still inside the field to play. Gibson will take him down and trip him up inside the 10. Flags all across that far sideline.
I was just watching one of the most silliest blocks. It was a great run, but one of the most silliest blocks in the back. I'm not sure if it was Griff Roberts. It's going to happen right here. There.
Ooh.
Number 13 gets blocked well in the back. Henrik Walters, unfortunately. It's almost one of those silly blocks, Kenny, is that DeVries was already around the outside.
52, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down,
Ellis.
Ravens.
See Coach Chapman there just having a talk.
Just probably telling Ellis there, look for the whites of the eyes.
I'm not a lip reader or body language expert, but I'm pretty sure he's just saying, let's just go forward. Let's get down the field.
Well, toss that to quarterback Tom Saxby. Griffin Roberts in behind him in the pistol formation.
The defense, as far as I can see, is the Ravens is well in control. It's now the offense trying to pick up. 4 for the Rhinos. Look like they're coming.
Stepping up. Evading pressure, looking downfield. Finds Higgins. Higgins can't hold on to it. Coverage there from Schweikert.
It's going to be those little things, Kenny, that may make or break this Ravens team here. Something as easy as that was a great step up and throw. And the catch wasn't complete.
And play there from Schweikert, and as mentioned before, played in the men's Rhinos game last night actually picked up about 6 catches.
Wow. Maybe he's a little bit physically exhausted today, playing 2 games in 2 days.
Quick throw from Saxby's hit as he throws. Fortunately for him, it falls in between the 2 defenders. Trying to chase that down was Tim Croonan.
And that is, Kenny, you'll see the replay here. Look, it's only a 1-step drop pass there from there. So that is where your height issue comes in. If it's from the shotgun, from a pure shotgun, then there's no issue. But basically from that...
One of the assistants just announced, one of the graduate assistants for the Ravens.
Could I have a large pepperoni with thin crust?
So getting one of the headsets. Those heads looks awfully familiar, mate. It's almost like they look Mexican.
Diamond formation again. Single side receiver.
Devise. I think he's picked up about 9 yards on that play.
Rhinos rushing 3. Am I pronouncing number 45's name once? And Lang Shin?
Lang Shu.
Lang Shu, thank you. It looks like an N with your writing there, Kenny.
The doctor's
he's, as far as I'm concerned right now, Monson is the MVP of this Rhinos team. He's just going.
There he is again, this time. Saxby has to recover a bad snap. Shooting, well, pushing the line back was our man there. Monson, Lang Shu.
So Lang Shu is not he's the 2-gapper. Look, he's right there. He's holding up 2 spots. Plus, especially on that last play then, he was the first guy to turn around and start tracking the receiver downfield. So he's got some hustle. And also, I believe he's also playing right tackle on offense. So look, a very, very good young man to have on your team. There he is. He's playing right tackle by the looks of it. Number 45.
On defense there, that bad snap that led to the turnover and downs. Here comes Bradford again. Bradford with a trick play here. Schweikert on the reverse. Crawley set up a block on the edge. That reverse is good for about 4 yards.
Sam Gerard, great job of flowing with it, going through traffic. You'll see 24. Took a while to develop, and then all of a sudden you see 24 at the top of the screen, dice through traffic there and push him out of bounds. Good job. It's a bit risky, Kenny, so I'm just backtracking as I was talking about Lang Shu. They went for it on 4th down. It was a bad snap, and now Rhinos in good field position.
Well, you mentioned earlier their defense is playing well. I guess it's another show of faith in the defense. Henrik Walters can't get underneath this pass. Incomplete. 3rd down now and long.
Showing a little bit of favouritism to Henrik Walters. Trying to get him on the corner. That's the pass they had a lot of success with down here in the 2nd quarter. Was the corner route. Trying to go then.
Games I saw in on live stream as well. It was one of his money routes.
Trips to the wide side, 3rd down, quick snap.
Bradford, open man, incomplete. Finn Shortman had no one around him.
And that was the touch pass I was talking about. That just needed. You can see it's so quick. They've got a snap, little pop pass. He's looked off the safety really well, and it's just a little too high.
4th down now. They're going for it.
Great play, Paul, from the coach there. Really nice job catching it. Ravens sleeping a little bit, and just that touch pass over the top. Good call.
4th down now. Going back to their almost their base formation. The trips left. Open side trips. Bradford looks that direction. Looking for his outside man. It's off his outside arm. Incomplete. That pass was intended to Sean Gill.
We've got a player down.
One of the Ravens down.
It's almost like what we saw before was that that spot of the field's been a bit of a bad one today. The ankle's gone, I think, from just simply landing. No fault of Rhinos or no fault of the Ravens players. Just it's come down funny. So the Stingrays quarterback took a bit of a split down there, and then we saw one of the special teamers in the earlier game today.
Here's a couple of stats from some of the, not the entire season, but just the games that Rhinos Colts managed to film. On the filmed games. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about it.
Omaha! Base! Unit! Move 20! 50's right. Move! Clear! Omaha! Then down! 50's right!
And another tribal timeout. That's Josh Bowes, the long-time Raven. I know his mother's in the crowd supporting him. He's having trouble putting any weight on that left ankle.
Oh, we've got a zebra tanning themselves up on the hill.
Oh, how about that?
There we
First
go.
and 10. Ravens with an open side trips of their own. Give it to Roberts. Roberts has finally got some open space. He'll take on Dix, travel down that left far sideline, and he'll pick up a first down, taking this ball to the Rhinos at 36.
Nice job, basically. Again, trips to the right. You can see Griff was going to get smashed right in that spot right there. So he said, no, bugger, I'm going left. Really nice job there from the quarterback too. Saxby trying to catch up with him to help lead block. Brings up first down.
Ball downed. It's a 35 actually. First and 10. Means there's a lot of Braden Quinn as we enter the fourth quarter. Another bad snap. This one's recovered by the Rhinos. Gibson pouncing on that ball, but flags are down at the original line of scrimmage.
I had to say it. I think my man 45 is offside. Can't be sure, but yes, it is. I thought he was there too quick.
5 yards from previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Recovery taken away from the Rhinos. Offside penalty there from Lang Shu.
He's just getting a little close that time.
First and 5.
Unfortunately, that could seem a little costly.
On to the foot.
Trips formation's a little close this time, a little bunch. Yeah, you can see why.
Roberts has nowhere to go. Lang Shu drops him back at the Rhinos 40.
Just watching the play there, really good pressure. Just making sure my man number 45, he's hurt himself. Just want to make sure he's wearing a box.
Might have taken a shot. To
Oh
the
no,
kid.
he's holding the stomach. That's close then. This will be a bit of a disaster for the Rhinos if he's got to come off.
Well, as you said, he's been a dominant interior defender here. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This has been a tight game. Just an early touchdown. In the second quarter, the Ravens separating these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a to and fro tug of war battle. Referee's just clearing. With 45's going to come off for a play. Coach is trying to get him to come off. Let's see how they go.
Ravens returning now.
Second down and 15. Short trips to the right side.
Saxby gets the snap. Griff Roberts squirts through. He's held up though. The initial contact made by number 29. Sean Gill, who's been busy on offense but equally busy on D.
Nice change up there from Samo, who come in at the nose tackle position. He got through as well, taking out number 45 there. So good job, good replacement. No lack of energy or effort.
Rosiade Samo, coming from a famous rugby background, as you can probably piece together. Throwing over the middle, pass intended to Patrick Mao. Incomplete though, and that'll be 4th down for the Ravens.
Wow, Tristan Gibson, great job of getting your hands in there. The pass was there. Way to get in there, just disrupt it just enough. Good defensive back work. Great pass. Pass was on the money, in stride.
When we talk about players who've been busy both ways of the ball, that's certainly been number 5, Tristan Gibson. Both teams about even numbers though as far as pure Colts go, the Rhinos only have 13, I believe, 18 in total, 13 of which are those Colts. The last 5 are made up of juniors playing up in the Colts division.
Here we go, Kenny. DeVries wasn't in the huddle for this.
And Saxby is forced to run. Henrik Walters in pursuit. Saxby trying hard to break the tackle, but too many Rhinos. They overwhelm him. They take him down on 4th down, and they'll take over on downs.
This is got shades of the last game, Kenny, where the defense has done the work here. So, the offense of the Ravens is staying on 4th down. They're not going to punt. Coach Chapman thinks that my defense is going fine. I'll go for it on 4th down. If I don't get it, I'm good.
Well, that's been the case so far. But all it takes, the Rhinos have proven that they want to push this ball downfield. All it takes is one of us to hit.
Unfortunately, though, Bradford looks like he's only he's going to complete one very shortly, and it's going to be a gain.
Well, Sean Gill can't figure out which way he's wanted.
The other left.
To the right. Bradford trying to get that completion to Schweikert. Broken up by Garrard.
Okay, they're not afraid of having a shot. Really nice job, Garrard, there getting across. He's maybe got to do a little bit more with his eyes just to hold Garrard in the middle of the field. Just that's right, a little bit of experience. But you saw in the last game how the QBs were looking off the safety, then coming back to their receivers.
2nd down and 10. Still plenty of time in this game with both teams passing. This game moving at a bit of a slower pace than some of the previous games we've had throughout this playoff Sunday. Bradford patiently looking for Walters. He's got him at halfway or just shy of it. He's trying to get to halfway. Eventually the swarming Ravens defense comes in, but it's good for a game of about 7, maybe 8 yards.
You can never fault a guy for trying, but he's got to get way more support from his other Rhinos. Look, everybody's just standing around. Nobody else is blocking anybody. It's one guy now versus against 6. Those team Rhinos have got to get in there. As you can see at home, ladies and gentlemen, that sun is not playing a part anymore in this game whatsoever. This is a bit of an injury here for Henrik Walters.
He's been one of their strike players, and on top of that, he's also their punter and field goal kicker.
You can see he's just pulling the back of that toe. Could be just a cramp, hopefully, nothing too serious.
Looking down at the Rhinos sideline, they've got a few supporters from their men's teams. I think it might be James Cowlishaw on the field, and Sebastian Gorton, inside linebacker for the men's side. The men's side who's earned their way to a Sun Bowl berth in 2 weeks at East Leagues. I'm looking at the Ravens bench. You see Saxby sporting that mighty moustache, the handlebars.
Look at the handlebars.
It's glorious.
It is Movember.
And some of the supporters, you can see in that particular shot, a bunch of Bird Down supporters. The Cape Wells.
Hello, crowd. Hello, everybody in the crowd. Wave there.
Roberts.
Yes, the Roberts family. Yep, there we go, up the back there. Your parking is Roberts. Your parking is expired.
Luke Chapman hooking up some of the officials with a bit of H2O.
There we go. He's up now. That's number 13, Henrique Walters.
Well, he's going to need some assistance coming off. That's not a great sign. 2 minutes 42 remaining in the third quarter. They're still trailing by 6. That is a hole in their offense that they'll have to work really hard to make up for.
Oh, absolutely. That's been Bradford's number 1 go-to guy in quarters 2 and 3. So he's going to need to trust in his other receivers.
So, receivers like Gill, Schweikert, capable receiver. You can catch him at senior level.
Let's see, it's 3rd down and 3 yards.
3rd and short.
3-man pressure from Ravens.
Now he's got to run for it. He's got enough space there. Ellis in pursuit. He'll knock him out of bounds. Flags down at the 40.
Good choice by Bradford there. Nobody was open. I'm going to go myself, but there is a flag on the play.
Could be a hold there. Or Shortman.
Jeremy Hamilton
Holding.
chasing down.
Offense, number 66, 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, 3rd down.
I love watching a player chase down another player while they're whinging for holding as well.
Let the referees do your job. Go and make a tackle. So, knocks him back to a double stick situation.
You can see the brightness of the lights have come on here at Sunnycoast Stadium. Twins to the short side of the field for the Rhinos.
Bradford, he looks to the single side. Now he's stopping, pivoting, running the other way, still looking downfield, wants to hit. Shortman will hit a possibly ineligible wide receiver because he was playing right guard. He can run all he wants, and trust me, I'm loving it. It's just unfortunate that he was ineligible to catch a pass.
You can see the replay. The eligible receiver is there. Is ready to go. But again, look at the way, you can tell this is a rugby guy. Look at the way he's carrying the loaf of bread. My guy wants him there, but how do you tell a guy? He just wants the ball.
Look, I'm not sure. He has been playing right guard, as you've said all game. I'm not 100% certain he was. Well, there we go. We got the call.
Ineligible man downfield on the offense, number 78, 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, 3rd down.
Okay, so
he was eligible.
He was eligible, but it was somebody else. It was 78. Whoa, that's a shame.
Because that very well
Big
could have been.
man was rumbling.
Because that could have been then by design. That could have been his play.
All right, guys, same again on one. Yeah, you're right there, Kenny. It could have been his play, and what a shame.
Wesley Leoa, you might owe him dinner later tonight for taking that one off him. Well, he's definitely ineligible on this play. Bradford, he's got Schweikert. He can't locate it. The pass falls incomplete at the Ravens 26.
Bradford, that is a great throw, young man. Such good spot. That's a good quick look off. Wait for the time there. The shoulder angle was great. Ball between the numbers and the sideline. Excellent pass. Just unfortunately couldn't complete it. This guy gets in the gym and gets some read off some safeties. He'll be a great quarterback.
4th down now. They almost completed the long pass on 3rd, and Henry Walters, he seems like he's okay, or at least okay enough to punt.
Let's see if he gets a cramp on the punt. Nothing worse.
If memory serves, it was his right leg, his right calf.
Still a bit of a breeze, not as much as it was before, but he'll be punting with the wind.
Good snap. The punt's okay, and it's going to find itself inside the Ravens 20. This is a great punt. Inside, well, right on the 10, downed and picked up at the 10-yard line by Schweikert. A fantastic punt there from Henrik Walters.
That is an excellent punt. Let's see what's going to happen here with the Ravens. They're methodically driving down, either due to penalties or breakout runs. I don't think I've seen anything by design, Kenny, and what I mean by that is Griff is running right and he has to cut back left to see something. There's been no offense I've seen specifically that's worked for the Ravens other than the touchdown pass.
And here's where it gets interesting as we move into the 4th quarter. We said the one thing they worked was that pass, but you need to start chewing some clock at that point. But it's a very, very small lead. 1 touchdown, 1 unconverted touchdown at that. Trips right. Dev Reeds, as I'll continue to call him, a lone receiver to the left. Saxby will throw short to Roberts, trying to get him into the open field. Here we go, Roberts. He'll turn it up a gear and will be taken down. A great angle there to knock him out of bounds by the junior Zach Nielsen.
That's a better play call, and nice job on the edge here, blocking by the receivers. Pressure there, good job. Hands inside the frame, re-engage. Good pursuit by the Rhinos, good play all round. Really nice job there from Griffin Roberts, just selling, I'm going to block you, and then bam, out into the flat.
Braden Quinn laying a block up front. James move. The Ravens got a first down. They're now operating from their own 27.
Clock is running.
Saxby wants to hit Roberts again. Puts too much behind it. Incomplete. Second down and 10. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
It's a little bit, I won't say disappointing, but obviously it worked to the right, so let's run it to the left. And it didn't work. So they're calling those types of plays. It just says they want to just take it easy. They don't want to actually get the first down, etc. Or score at least. I could be wrong.
The brains trust there for the Rhinos. Head coach Sam Harkness. Saxby, brother Will, surely tuning
Pressure.
in. He's Mal. They keep going back to him. They've got a lot of faith in him, but he can't quite bring one in yet.
Well, it's a great route. It's a great concept, but I'm going to give props to the Rhinos defender there, is that they've tried to hit that route, probably 3-4 times now, and he's successfully defending it. So that's a great job by the Rhinos defender. Love the concept, the passes on time, just got to make the catch.
Zach Nielsen on the coverage again. Third down now and 10 to go.
Rhinos going to bring pressure here.
And denied, swatted down at the line. Sean Gill getting his big mid in the way.
Gets the big paw. Just come right at the camera here. That's a great job by Sean there. Basically started inside, saw that Griff Roberts was still inside, needs to be as wide as the widest player. Got his hands up straight away. That's fantastic. Well coached.
Fourth down now, and the Ravens will punt this ball back. Henrik Walters back to return. Higgins doesn't get as much as Walters got behind it. This ball will be just inside Rhinos territory. They'll set up shop on their own 41.
Really, it's just burning clock, Kenny. I mean, we only saw 1 or 2 first downs there. It was a Griff Roberts swing pass, etc. And then sort of 3 and out from there, and an average punt. But as I said, I think the Ravens are trusting their defence against the Rhinos. A
few more coaches tuning in. Gerard Fitzpatrick, the head coach of the Ravens women's side, now on the stream.
Clear browsing history, Gerard.
Bradford. Speed option for the Rhinos. Oh, and it's shut down awfully quick. That time, here's a name we haven't called yet today, Jeremy Hamilton, getting in on the stat sheet.
I think we need to tell Mitchell Bradford it's called an option for a reason. There's a decision right there that he's going to get drilled. That was actually really, really well played. Is it Jeremy Hamilton on the coverage there? Had his shoulders turned towards the pitchman, so it looked like he wanted to take it. In the last second, stuck his foot in the ground and come back and tackle the quarterback. It was a really nice play.
Bradford with good time hits Walters. Walters gets hit as he makes the catch. He holds on to it though. The coverage there by Liam Bashford Jones.
Is that the end of the quarter there, Kenny?
It wasn't that a long quarter.
It was, because everyone wants to throw.
So the teams will swap sides and prepare for one more round of battle. Still the one lone first quarter touchdown. That serves as the separator for these two teams searching for a Sun Bowl berth. And just getting a look there. Look at the Kawana River behind us here at Sunshine Coast Stadium. We've seen plenty of the front. I did walk out of the commentary booth this morning and Just admired the lovely river behind us. I made it sound like I slept here.
I think you did, didn't you?
Third down. We've got 13 yards here for the Rhinos. Bradford flushed out, looking for targets. Dix now is coming as a wide receiver. Liam Bashford-Jones trying to get the one-hand, one catch, one-hand, one bounce.
Nice job, Riley Dix. So basically, Riley was doing the speed out there, saw that the QB was in trouble and turned it into a wheel, so up the sideline. Probably just a little bit too out of his range, but had the mentality to turn it up. That's what you want to see in young players.
And now, this has really turned into a defensive struggle. Back-to-back-to-back punts. Now what? Oh, hang on. Maybe Henrik Walters isn't so well. He's on the sideline here. Boots off. Getting medical attention.
So we've got a new punter.
Nielsen coming into punt. And it's not a good one. This could be returned. He can return it. It's Hamilton rocking and mauling all the way to the Rhinos 30.
It's like Hamilton just goes, like, I'm just going to grab it, and if you want to tackle me, tackle me. I'm going to carry it with one arm.
I'm just kind of keeping my
Hey
options
there.
open.
I'm not really used to it. I don't know what I do with this football thing.
Gotta love Wyman getting the football for the first time.
Great field position for the Rhinos, but you were right there, Kenny. Walter's on the sideline getting treated, and before we knew it, we had a new punter in, and we saw the result of that. So this puts Ravens in great field position, first and 10 from the 31-yard line going in.
And not that it's an excuse for any reason, but Henrik Walters is a lefty. He's done all their kicking duties. Number 21, Nielsen, a right-footed kicker.
Watch the far side of the field. There it is.
They're going for the reverse. It's the new man. We've got his name on the list. He's gone for a touchdown. Is that enough? He stopped short. They are 1 yard short.
Is it Isaiah Nile?
Indeed it is.
Have a look at the replay. You could see they were setting this up. They had the receivers. They had everybody to the left. They had so much field to the right. Great speed, great play call, great setup. We're waiting for field position to set that one up.
1 yard short there on the reverse to Isaiah Nawi. Got a bit of time. Let's take a look at it one more time from the reverse angle. Nicely captured by the camera operators. Saxby now with two backs. Roberts in for a score.
Touchdown.
The Ravens now add the second touchdown of the game. And that'll give them a 12-point lead, 2-point conversion upcoming.
Real quick snap, real quick handoff. Roberts got the push in. Really nice job, really well set up there from the reverse to Isaiah.
And he just gets past the line, but that's all you need. BAT here from Devries. Another awkward snap. This one could be returned. We saw it happen in the men's game. Won't be the case here. But it's another unsuccessful PAT attempt. The score remains 12-0 in favour of the Bayside Ravens.
Just going to have to fix those snaps. So I think the last snap was too far in front. And this snap is too far behind. Just have to get that right for the Sun Bowl.
7-10. Well, if they want to get a Sun Bowl berth, they need to defend this 12-point lead for 7 more minutes. We have a Rhino down at the 27. It's Tim Croonan.
I didn't see how he went down. He was simply walking back to the huddle. Or back to the sideline, I should say.
Oh, we'll take another injury. So we'll take a short break. And once again, I thank our sponsors, Trouble Sport.
Omaha! Face! Period! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue 3! Omaha! 6! Then down! 50's right!
Tim Croonan escorted off the field, but he is walking under his own strength. That's a good sign. The Ravens set to kick off After scoring their second touchdown, giving them a 2-possession lead. DeVries, another left-footed kicker. Fielded at the 13 by Schweikert. Schweikert finding the block of Walters. He's back. And he'll hop over the 25-yard line, and the Rhinos will set up 26 yards clear of their own end zone.
Nice high kick with the wind there. A little bit spent too much going cross field. I'll try and see him get up the field a little bit more. Time is of the urgency now for the Rhinos.
Well, even as the sun has set, the wind has remained unchanged from when we started at 9 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, it's one thing that's been constant. Other than the magnificent beef burgers here, Kenny.
Yes, indeed there has been. I've enjoyed 2 of them this weekend. In the last hour, as Bradford sends this long, he's finally connected with Schweikert. No one's in front of him. Can they catch him? They take him down, but he gets this ball inside the 10.
Holy dooly, have a look at this. Look, he does exactly what I want to do. He's going to look off the safety here and then pump and come back. Great job, young man. That is a great pass. He's learned to tilt the shoulders. He's got more air under the ball. Let the receiver catch it, and a great pass. That is fantastic.
Great adjustment by the player. Great tweaking by the coaching staff. First down, Rhinos inside the Ravens 10.
You know, Kenny, they probably had 4 chances to try and do that.
Rollout pass here. This looks a bit different. Bradford, is he going to keep it? He's going to try. Flags down. He dives for the pylon. He's marked out at the 1. Flags down.
See some sort of holding. It's a designed roll. He's not throwing that at all. Look at the way he's carrying it.
Thought he might have tried the basketball pass. On the offense, there we go.
Holding, offense, number 13, 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Only might have happened at the very end there, Kenny, that holding, I think.
So I'll move them back. They started at the 9. That penalty eventually moves them back to the 14.
Got some space, a lot of space to the wide, to the top of the screen there.
Well, Schweikert, the man who made the catch. Works him inside, goes outside. He's got the corner, but Bradford takes off. He's going for the same pylon. He's taken out. Pretty much the exact same spot. They'll mark him out at the 2.
Oh, I thought he had 11, top of the screen. Throw it now, touchdown.
Boom.
It was one-on-one coverage, but a great job. Bradford just going to go for it himself, so no wrong decision there. Got the wheels, but yeah, I thought he was going to go to number 11 in the top of the screen, just throw the fade, and he had him. But absolutely good choice as well.
Also mention how impressive it is that his shirt is still tucked after a full.
What's impressive? It's a requirement. Maybe he's got his belt done up so tight.
Well, here they are, back at the 1. Wow, there's
The
a
big fella.
miscommunication.
The big fella.
The big fella robbed of a catch earlier gets stopped 2 yards short, 3 yards short of the goal line.
A little bit of an unconventional handoff, which slowed things down, and the fact that my big man is not moving at the snap of the ball. He's waiting. Monson was waiting for the ball to be handed to him. Just a couple of little coaching points for the young man. Other than that, let's see if he can rumble in.
They keep him in there. Gibson, the much smaller of 2 backs, he's actually moved to tight end. Oh, the snap is bobbled. They went under center for the first time. And it has ended terribly. He gets taken down at the 10. We'll see where they consider forward progress finished.
Yes, it doesn't look like they've been practicing under centre. It bounced either straight off the hand or it was short, which is a shame.
Well, despite where the play ended, the ball for forward progress was called at the 4-yard line.
4th down and goal.
Big man's taken out. Gibson back in a running back.
Right there in
Pass
the
it over the middle to Walters. Walters is back and Walters is in.
No safety whatsoever in the middle of the field. Just pop it over the top. Great pass.
Flags are down. Score held off the scoreboard. It's on the near sideline here at the 5-yard line.
Referee's calling.
Offside. Defense. Penalties declined. Result of the play. Touchdown, Rhinos.
It's a Raven
done.
penalty declined by the Rhinos, so this score will stand. And all of a sudden, we're back to a 1-score game. Under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Rhinos trying to bring this within 6.
This will be critical. And look who's kicking.
Henrik the lefty Walters. His kick is up.
That is good.
And good. So right now, the Rhinos trail the Ravens by less than a touchdown.
So the fake injury of Henrik Walters has worked a treat. No safety in the middle of the field because they're out wide. Great little pop pass over the top. What a great drive. Mitchell Bradford, well done young man with a magnificent pass looking off the safety down the sideline. 2 big runs, one called back from holding, and then he decides to go for it again. And then a nice little pop pass over the top. Great play calling by the coaches.
It's 12-7 the score. Director forgetting how much a PAT was worth.
Let's see what sort of return the Ravens have got here. Just Griff back to return. He's quite deep.
Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of these today. Flags.
Just waiting for the... No, that was a kick and
It is
tee. Good flick of the wrist by the referee there to get the kick and tee in.
Henrik Walters positioning this ball in the middle of the field.
Let's see if he's still got those cramps there or if the leg's a little bit sore. See how deep this kick goes.
Walters kicking to a very lonely Griffin Roberts. He'll pick it up. No, he won't pick it up. He'll bobble it, and the coverage will get there before he can recover. The Ravens will have to start their drive inside the 15.
It's actually a really good kick because it was going to stay in bounds. And it made the one returner Griff cover a lot of ground to get to it. Now, this will be an interesting source. See how deep this play calling series for the
Walters
coach and the coordinator.
To a very lonely Griffin Roberts.
Are they going to take a couple of shots and get downfield or just grind this ball out as they've been doing?
Bear with us, a few technical issues, I think.
Did we pay our bill?
There we go.
2 in the backfield, different formation now.
They're still passing. The Ravens hit Devries.
Big Monson. Hello, I'd like to say hello. My name's Monson. I'll be here all day.
I think the big man, a little salty, he left 6 points on the board last drive. 6 points they would eventually score and convert. But you're right, he has been a force in the middle of the line of scrimmage, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Just get the right coaching, a little bit more in the playing game there. He's got a natural size there and has been a great 2-gapper all day. A la Jesse Williams type player.
2-gapper for Alabama for 2 straight seasons. Alabama. Roberts, up the middle he goes, shaking some tackle and gets it all the way to the 20 and a half.
This next play will be key for the Ravens. It's going to be 3rd and 2.5. Griff getting some positive yards there. I think this next play will be key, whether they get the first down or do they have to punt and see what the Rhinos can do.
3 minutes 40. Clock is running here in the fourth quarter. Saxby.
Oh, the big
Gives it
man.
to Roberts, and our big man.
Monson, look out.
Lang Shu takes Roberts down for a loss in the backfield.
That's very average blocking from the offensive line, especially on such a key 3rd down. They actually lost 2 to 3 at 3 yards.
4th down, Higgins is back to punt, and guess who he's punting to? The yellow boots of Henrik Walters.
Both teams with 3 timeouts still remaining.
It's a higher kick. Fielded on the 4 by Walters
Wow.
on the run, but
Oh!
the coverage, he's lost it! The Rhinos recover and they knock it out of bounds. All will be fine. A bit of a tense moment there on the special teams unit.
That's actually a really good play. I was watching the gunners on the far sideline, and they were just jogging because they were letting the punter have plenty of time. And he's just going to pop it up there, pooch style there, and that's exactly what happened. A really nice play design, and the gunners just doing really well, jogging down and not overshooting, so that Walters could zip past. But basically, that was the pressure they got there, and Walters had to hang on. That was a lucky boy there.
First down now for the Rhinos. After the hustle, make sure they retain possession.
But here we go. First down at 10, 2:51 to go. Rhinos can get in front with just the touchdown.
And the Ravens will take their first timeout of the half. The Rhinos 47 yards away from adding their second score and what would be a go-ahead touchdown.
Ravens. It's their first team timeout in the second half.
Well, again, we're treated to another good game. It's only a one score with 2:51 to go. And what we also hear on the timeout is just like to wish everyone a good weekend. And please drive safe home when you're heading home to wherever you're heading home, whether it be north, south, east or west. Make sure you drive safely and arrive alive. After a big weekend, Kenny, especially for you, of Gridiron.
Oh, myself, and obviously the live streaming Brisbane crew as well, and all the GQ and Sunshine Coast Spartan staff have made this weekend here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium a fantastic one, celebrating plenty of finals football. And we're getting a bit of a complaint here from the referees. Ellis,
Is it blood warning or?
Someone we haven't mentioned today, Luke Chapman, the head coach, but a handy defensive coordinator and former head coach of the Ipswich Cougars, Ross Dorwood, one of your Canberra friends.
Old University of Canberra Firebirds, and shout out to them too. They won their third straight Capital Bowl in Canberra on the weekend. I think it's their 10th overall, but third straight. Shout out to my mate Coach Robert Burke and Matthew Marshall and everybody down that way.
Play action pass, it's a keeper, no sorry. It's Bradford, he stepped inside and will burst into the secondary, get themselves a first down on that first down run.
Great job from Bradford again, putting the three receivers out to one side. There is, as I said, there is space out there all day. If that Jeremy Halton doesn't get hooked inside, he's in a lot of trouble. But there is space out to that side when they put the trips to one side.
Now, I know we've been praising these burgers all day, but I'll tell you what, heartburn is certainly feeling it. First down and 10 for the Rhinos. They're on the Ravens 31.
If someone could send up some Mylanta for Kenny. Quickies.
Trips right. They're going to try. No, the pass he wants is not there. He senses the pressure, but it's too late. Ellis takes him down. Back at the Ravens 36.
The thing is, Zach Nelson, he wanted to go to him. He's just hanging there. You can see number 6 is covering him. But he was basically, Bradford's waiting for Nelson to go downfield. And you can see after that pass there, was they come up and had a talk about it and said, this is what you were supposed to do.
Hamilton on the coverage there, and we've just received the 2-minute warning. Less than a touchdown between these two teams. 2 minutes left in this game and in this playoff series. Spread formation. Bradford evades the rush. Spins out of Ellis's. No, he doesn't. Gets the ball, but this could be considered a fumble. Incomplete
Incomplete.
pass.
It was a forward pass. It was an underhand flick wrist forward pass. I've done many of those, Kenny.
How many intentionally?
Have a look at this. It's just a flick forward. It's just like an option pitch. It's a shame they're ending with that running style though, Kenny. We had the miscommunication before with the tight end. We had that rush presence there. Basically, I would like to see the Rhinos try and get back to something that they've been doing. It looks like they're just panicking a little bit.
Well, it's fourth down territory. They don't need this all on this third down.
2 safeties deep for the Ravens.
Bradford Telling Nielsen to move to the right side of the field.
He's uncovered on the top of the screen.
Schweikert! No one around him! It's picked off the ball! Underthrown! The Ravens have possibly locked up a spot in the Sun Bowl. The Rhinos still have 3 timeouts.
All he had to do was put pepper on it. Schweikert was completely uncovered. It was a great move by Schweikert. He was down this. He knew what he had to do. Bradford just had to put it in there a lot quicker.
Lachlan Amore with the pick.
I'd love to try and see that replay again from the wide if we've got it, because that motion messed with the Ravens and a player went with a motion guy who wasn't supposed to go. So you can see he's completely uncovered at the top of the screen. Great presentation. Props where props are due. That's Lachlan Amore. Great job picking that off.
Do you think sometimes with quarterbacks, if they see a receiver that open, they almost pull it back for a second, almost in disbelief?
Yeah, absolutely, Ken. We always had that. It was like, are you going to stop or do I throw it to where you're going to go? Let's just practice the communication.
First down and 10. The Ravens just need to run this out. 1 first down would do it. Roberts past the first down marker. Ran out of bounds. Takes this well and truly into Rhinos territory. Probably might have done his team a service by staying in bounds.
I think that's the right thing to do, because otherwise he's going to have to slow up. So he's just the distance is more important rather than the time here. So now the Ravens at first down can be a little bit more running the clock out, so to speak. We've got the coach here talking to the referee.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm seeing a red flag on the field. Question is, what are they challenging?
The ruling on the field is a first down Ravens. The Rhinos took a timeout and they're challenging the play if there was a holding. The play is under further review.
Again, here's your favorite.
Oh my goodness
favorite
me,
use of the
shoot
challenge,
me
mate.
in the head. Are you
Challenging
kidding me?
no
So we're
call.
throwing a flag that a coach reckons he saw something. This is just stupid. I'm sorry, people, but this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. This is where, okay, referees, all the referees go home. We don't need you.
Now the question is, who are they calling holding on?
So watching the replay here, so
Everything looks clean there. And, well, we see nothing on
and
that
I
angle.
think, Kenny, this is exactly why. So we're sitting here going, I think I saw holding, and the referees didn't. So somebody's interpretation.
Ellis, maybe there is the only thing I could think of would be considered as a hold.
Oh my goodness, Kenny, I think I've got the answer to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I've got this. Get rid of the red flag and put 10 referees on the field. All right, because obviously 7 or 8 is not enough.
Possibly not. I think Ellis might be the man in question.
Now, Kenny, I'm just here as an assistant commentator with you for Livestream Brisbane. But if my views are not the same with Gridiron Queensland, I apologise. But this is just one of the dumbest rules ever, to have a coach throw a flag for something that a referee didn't see. This is just stupid.
Sure, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of these coaches agree with you, but if the option's there, they're going to take it.
Again, it comes down to interpretation. Well, I love the replay, the booth replay and things like just to confirm something, but let's confirm something that the referee saw, not to confirm something that somebody in row 7, seat E saw.
Maybe it's actually Hamilton now they're actually looking at on Riley Dick's top of your screen.
Number 6 we're looking at there?
Well, we're going to get an official call here.
After further review, there occurred a holding on number 52 of the Ravens. The foul will be enforced from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Well, this will be the talking point.
I've got the answer,
of the
Kenny.
playoffs.
Gridiron Queensland drones. Let's get 10 drones in there as well, so the referees don't have to do a job either.
Well, we've got plenty of talking fuel for the next couple of weeks. We've got a week between now and the Sun Bowl. plenty of stuff to talk about because, of course, the instant replay feature will be available and utilized in the Sun Bowl.
It's like, some people say, oh, we use Microsoft Office. Or why do you use Lotus Notes? We got it cheap. Yeah, but crap still cheap. It's still crap.
Well, there we go. So that run by Griffin Roberts will be taken all the way back. Now the Ravens.
So, Kenny, just to reiterate, so we obviously go back to the original time. Yep, obviously gone from 136 to 143. 1st and 20.
So they're going to reset all.
Rhinos still with their timeouts, so I was...
It is certainly interesting. That's something we don't see in the NCAA and the NFL, the ability to challenge a no call. 1:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ravens lead very narrowly, 12 points to 7.
Now under full lights here, Kenny. You've got the effect of the lovely lights here at the stadium.
I'll tell you what, they're good lights. We've been in fields with, well, we'll call them a little more average.
It's going to be a run to the outside, the way they're setting it up. It's just off tackle.
Blocking is strong. Roberts will take it forward. Rhinos will likely use one of their 3 remaining timeouts, and that
Which
is
they
the
do.
case. 1:36 remaining.
This is one of those gambles now, Kenny, where the Rhinos, are taking their timeouts just to stop the clock, purely to stop the clock. So it is second down and, what's that, 13? So really the Rhinos do have to stop the Ravens on this drive. If they do, they've got a chance. Otherwise, if Ravens get a first down, it's pretty much over.
This is the final drive.
So everyone's still here for the final game.
As you can see, just sort of like the juniors Rhinos game, representatives from all 3 divisions from the Rhinos represented on this coaching sideline. Samuel Hawkins, head coach, but club head coach and men's head coach John Booker there in assistance, as is Chris Power, the head coach of the juniors, coaches the special teams of the Rhinos, and of course Harkness's right-hand man, Jesse Steele, who used to coach in Birdtown.
Same formation again, Kenny. Will they run the same play? Which they do.
Griffin Roberts.
No, you can call him that. That could be his nickname, Gribbets. I like that.
Gribbets.
Yeah, Gribbets. Griffin Roberts, Gribbets.
Gribbets.
I do like this bit of tactic, but it can work for you and it can work against you. So obviously, the Ravens, are they looking at, we don't mind if we don't get a first down because we're making the Rhinos use all their timeouts. So they say, yes, we might have to punt to you on 4th down, hope it's a good punt, and then we're going to challenge you to drive the field in, say, 1 minute 20 with no timeouts.
Tell me this. What is the worst possible thing the Ravens could do right now?
Run it back in for a safety.
I mean, I've seen it before in all different divisions.
Throw a
in
pick,
GQ.
have a fumble.
They get a
Anything
little
that
cute.
gets them with the 6 points. Anything that gets them
I'm
with the
just
6
putting out, we
points.
haven't seen Chapman's favourite, Gord's play yet. And this time they will play conservatively. And that'll bring up a 4th down and force the Rhinos to use their 3rd and final timeout.
Yep, and see, this is what I love. This is great tactical football. You've got some quality coaches on either side and thinkers. So, yeah, it's fine. We don't mind not getting the 4th down. We're going to make sure you burn the timeout. What we need here, what is needed for the Ravens is a great snap and great kick, and what is needed for the Rhinos, obviously, is a great return.
Well, nothing is a given when it comes to special teams here in GQ. We have seen a number of blocked punts throughout this playoff series.
And that's simply, Kenny, and that I'm happy to, very happy to speak the truth of, is people don't practice it enough.
Vincent Higgins. 2 men back to protect him. Protection is good. Walters has to track back to catch this. He can't get it on the full. And has another couple steps. He slips through the 2 defenders. Past the 30 now. And eventually taken out of bounds at the Rhinos 38.
My eye scans back the other way. No flags, no nothing on the field.
Well, they have got ample time here. Over a minute. Anytime you're past your 30 over a minute, I think That is some favourable numbers to the offense. These two teams have a storied Colts history.
I don't tell you, Kenny, I wonder if the Rhinos have seen what happened last time with that guy in motion. Oh, illegal substitution.
That'll cost them another 5.
5 yards penalty, remains first down.
With that Rhinos player in motion, which involved our Schweikert in motion, he was uncovered. So I wonder if they can see something like that with a play or something they can design very quickly, or do they just go back to what they've been doing well?
Four wide receivers and a running back. Schweikert alone to his left.
Trips to the short side.
Enrique in the slot. They want Schweikert. He's going to throw for Schweikert. Schweikert can't get to the pass. It's broken up by the Ravens' Lachlan Amore.
Gee, that was a nice job, Amore, just getting their hands on it just outside of the reach. There is a flag down on the far side of the field. But that's exactly the type of technique you want from a DB, Kenny. It was great position there, inside position, and was able to get the hand just to break it up. Really nice job.
Penalty was declined there.
Illegal formation, offense. Penalty is declined. We'll play the second down.
The Ravens choosing to take the result of the play there. So in other words, the down rather than the distance. Second down now.
Corner's now playing about 10 yards off.
Bradford's got a bit of time. He'll throw. Technique was off. Falls well short of his target.
It's one of those ones where I hope they just, it's third down now. He maybe with that pass there is, don't think long. Just get those 7 to 8 yards. Yes, it's going to burn the clock, but you are going to drive with the first downs. Hit a couple of, 7 to 10 yard breakout type things or something. 1 or 2 plays that might get you stuck in the middle of the field at 15 yards. You don't need to go downtown and just drive to get close for that shot where you can control the clock a little bit further down, say maybe the 20 yard line closer, rather than from here 70 yards. How do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. So just take it off in chunks as you go.
Chunk by chunk. Bradford trying to close out this game with a W. Wants Schweikert again. It'll be intercepted by Christie. Christie taking it back. He just needs to take a knee, but he wants the 6. And will eventually take it down and loses the ball in the process. Another challenge flag thrown by Sam Harkness. And I think very well possibly for the sake of throwing it.
I'm just going to say it was great. Christie, what a great broke on the ball. Saw it there. And you can tell he's a little nugget,
Yeah, but should we challenge?
Just waiting for the call from the ref. Just telling everyone to settle down. The referee got the call.
Right now, I think he's actually talking to his booth officials. Just checking off.
Well, you can see Christie. I love the way that Christie intercepted there and then
Oh,
didn't
no,
decide
here
to
we
run
go.
out.
Getting fed some information here. The Rhinos threw the flag. You can see Samuel Harkness with the flag there, but they have no timeouts left.
By the Ravens, the ruling on the field is that there was no fumble on the field. There's the play results in the first down of the Ravens. That is not reviewable because the Rhinos do not have a timeout left. Result of the play is a first down for the Ravens.
So there it is, the Ravens. That pick all but sends them to the Sun Bowl.
I'd be interested to see what they was throwing the flag for.
What
was the challenge flag for?
Well, we didn't get that far because the the officials reminded Sam Harkness that you need a timeout to be able to challenge.
So again, very tactical, Kenny, of Ravens making the Rhinos use the timeouts. And the Ravens can pretty much take knee.
Victory formation now for Birdtown.
It's more of a W rather than a V. A victory.
Winning formation.
Winning.
Yes.
Hashtag winning.
The Ravens 1 knee away from closing this out. And the Rhinos Colts unfortunately miss out on the opportunity to join their men's and junior sides in the Sun Bowl at Cooperoo in 2 weeks' time.
Kenny, as the clock winds down, thank you everybody around the world for listening. Thank you, Livestream Business. And thank you for having me with you.
End of the game.
Privilege.
Absolute pleasure. And there the ball is raised full time here. Not only in this game, but the entire 2018 GQ-SEQ playoff series. The Bayside Ravens, they will be returning to the Sun Bowl for a Sun Bowl rematch of the 2017 Sun Bowl, where they will try to take down the Gold Coast Stingrays in pursuit of their 4th straight Colts Division Sun Bowl championship. Luke Chapman, in his first year with the Ravens, will be returning to the Sun Bowl. Commiserations to the Brisbane Rhinos. The Colts have had a fantastic season, finishing in second position. Head coach Sam Harkness showing plenty of strides of improvement as a head coach, as the rest of his staff and the players are playing for him.
Oh, Kenny, I couldn't agree about that. Great job by the Rhinos. There's some definite talent there, and the coach has done a great job nurturing that, and let's see how they go for next year as well.
So they'll line up to shake hands to finish things here at Sunshine Coast Stadium, and I will echo your sentiments. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in throughout the weekend, who's dropped comments, who's shown love, who's simply given us a view on the view count. On behalf of Live Streaming Brisbane, Gridiron Queensland, myself and my commentating partners throughout the weekend, we thank you for your viewership, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks' time when we head to Cooperoo for another Gridiron Queensland Sun Bowl. Kenny Andres, bye for now.
Get him up. Get him up, get him up. Funny how you choose and pick your battles, dude. Keep saying you number one, but I'm on top, yo, it's done. Dropping styles like napalm, fake rappers think they so strong. Verses full of hype and always ready for a fight. Spontaneous, magnanimous, cause they can't get close enough to run with us. If you want a battle, get it hard, get it raw. No emotions, I shake you until your chains fall off. What? Large, in charge, I set the bar high. You running with the big boys now. Get up, don't cry.